Let's come right over here to the negative battery terminal. Use an 8mm to loosen this up so we can remove it from the battery. Inspect it, set it aside. Okay friends, it's time to get started on replacing our spark plug wires. Now looking at this, you can tell that I have 3 spark plug wires that go over towards the passenger side, which are pretty much buried underneath a whole bunch of stuff. And then you also have 3 that are on the front side of the coil here that also lead over to the driver's side. These ones over here are out in the open, so the ones I'm going to focus on for this video, the harder ones, are the ones that are going to be located under here. So with that said, let's start getting this right out of the way so we can start accessing our wiring easily. Let's come right back here to this clamp right there. We're going to use an 8mm to loosen up this clamp just enough so we can start sliding this off. Give it a little wiggle. Now we'll come to this area right here. If you grab onto this, give it a little twist, you can find this little green tab under here. We're going to go ahead and grab onto that carefully, lift it up, and then we can draw this away. Inspect it, set it aside. Right here, you're going to have a securing point for your mass airflow sensor wiring. Let's just go ahead and carefully get underneath this. We're going to gently pry it up so we can remove it. Now we can move along to this area here. You're going to find a red tab. That's a locking tab. Just use a small screwdriver or whatever you might happen to have. We're going to gently pull that away. And now we can go ahead and squeeze on this tab right where my thumb is. We'll press this down, gently pull this away as well. Inspect it, set it aside. Now down along this area here, you're going to find 2 clips. Let's go ahead and loosen those. Just pop that free. Now we can lift up on this, separate it, pull that off of the throttle body over there. We can set this aside. It's a good idea to inspect your air filter at the same time. Now at this point we have access to removing this bracket right here. You're going to find 2 mounting bolts. There's a 10mm located right here. And then a little bit further forward, you're also going to find a 15mm bolt right there. Let's remove the pair. The next thing we need to do is remove the serpentine belt. Let's grab a serpentine belt tool with a 3/8 drive on it. You can also use a 3/8 drive ratchet. We're going to come right down to the tensioner here. We'll get it into position, start turning this counterclockwise. That's going to relieve tension. Now we can carefully slide the belt off of one of our pulleys. You can pick any of them. Let's get our tool out of the way so we can continue. Now we can move along to unbolting the alternator from its mounting bracket. You're going to find 1 13mm bolt up top, and then 2 that are located a little bit lower. Let's remove all 3. Carefully grab onto your alternator. We're going to try to set this aside. Now we have a nice clear view of our spark plug wires that come right along this area here. This is going to lead right up to your coil, which is located right there. So what you want to do right now is pay attention to where each and every one of these wires goes to. So we have one of the wires that goes to this forward cylinder right here on the passenger side. This is cylinder 1, and then the center one, cylinder 2, and cylinder 3. Over on the driver's side, the first cylinder is going to be 4, then 5, and then 6. With that said, you're just going to go ahead and follow the wires from each of the spark plugs all the way up to where it connects onto the coil, and then it's a good idea to just go ahead and mark it. So for this one right here, this is 1. I can go ahead and follow that other one. I know that this one is 2, and then 3. And then right up here, we're going to mark these as well. This one right here is actually a little bit different. For the first one that's closest to the passenger side, that one's actually cylinder 5, which is the center one over here. And then after that, we're going to go for cylinder 6. And then this one right here must be cylinder 4. So I'm just going to double check it real quick. Yep, it comes to the very first one on the driver's side. So we've got cylinder 4 right there. Now at this point, let's continue on to removing the wiring from the spark plugs themselves. When it comes time to removing the spark plug wires, you want to be very careful. Essentially, we just want to grab onto them. We're going to try to give them a nice twist to break them free from the spark plug and then lift it up and off. After that, I always just inspect it, even though I'm going to be replacing it. I'm going to go ahead and remove all of these because I know exactly where they go. Like I said before, I marked them so I knew exactly which cylinder they go to. There we are. Once you have all those off, let's continue on to all the mounting points. Now these are going to be made out of plastic and generally they're pretty fragile, so just be very careful. But to remove them, you can just go ahead and grab a small pocket screwdriver. What I want to do for this one right here is get right in between this crack right there. You can see that there's a little crack in between two plastic pieces, and then I'm going to gently try to pry in between and lift this up. Now at this point, it's opened up. I can go ahead and remove the wires from there. Let's go ahead and follow that forward around the engine here. We've got this little curved plate right here. We're going to be reusing that, but we'll get to that in a minute. There's another hold down right here. This one in particular, you need to come from underneath. See if I can grab this tab. It's pretty much the same thing, it's just in the opposite position. A little bit more difficult to get to. There we are, there's that one. Now we can come right up here to where the wires connect onto the coil. To start removing these, there's going to be two tabs on either side. Go ahead and give those a little squeeze. We're going to give this a little lift and a twist and remove it. Inspect this area right here. Make sure you don't see any green corrosion or anything. Assuming it looks good, let's continue on to all the others. Let's do this whole side. Now we can grab onto this. We're going to go ahead and take it right out of its mounting point that we relieved it from. Swing this down and through. Let's go ahead and grab the wires. Bring these right up and out. And now we can get over to the bench. Now before we go ahead and start putting any of the wiring together, I always like to take a look at my new wiring here. And so what I do is I just try to lay it out so I can pretty much gauge the length of each wire. It's going to be super important that you make sure that you put them in the proper order. Now generally what you'd want to do is just go ahead and take one of the new wires and you're going to go over to the vehicle and you're just going to compare it to the other wire that you're going to be trying to replace. You want to try to find one that's pretty much the same length, if not a tiny bit longer if possible. So with that said, I just went ahead and I did it. We have our longest wire that you're going to find inside your set. This is going to go to cylinder 3, which is the farthest on the rear on the passenger side. The second longest wire in your kit is going to go to cylinder 2. That one's going to be the middle one on the passenger side. And then after that, we're going to be to the next one, and that's cylinder 6. So that's all the way on the back of the driver's side. Continuing on, we have cylinder 5, which will be the next longest wire here. After that, we've got cylinder 1, which is the furthest on the passenger side, closest to us. And then the last one, the shortest one, is going to be the closest one on the driver's side, cylinder 4. With all that said, let's go ahead and get all the driver's side wires out of the way so we can continue with only the passenger side for now. Let's take a look at this area right here on our original wires. We have this bracket right here. Just go ahead and get in between that with a pocket screwdriver, gently pry. We'll get that separated. Leave the wires right in there for now. We'll continue on to this other area right along here. We'll continue with that small pocket screwdriver. Gently try to pry this area apart. Now that we have that off of there, let's start replacing these wires. I'm going to start with this top one right along here. For me, it's my longest one, in the direction that I have it at least. So what I want to do is just essentially go ahead and take this right off of here. You kind of want to take note of exactly pretty much how much length is sticking out from this area right here. So a little bit more than the other wires right along this area. Now we're going to take our longest wire, which is the cylinder 3 wire. We can start mounting this in here. I'm going to start on one end. You can start on either you like. Like I said, I'm just going to make it a tiny bit longer than the other ones that are sitting here. Go ahead and latch that right in. I'm going to press it into its groove along the back side here. Bring it right around. And now this part just comes right up along to the other end there. And now let's just do the same to the others. This one's our cylinder 2, so let's go ahead and find that cylinder 2 wire. That's the second longest out of this passenger side kit that we have here. Just going to get it pretty much lined up. Now for this one, I want to make sure that it's shorter than the original one that we did, cylinder 3, but also longer than the cylinder 1. So I'm just going to try to get pretty much in between those two. Put it right in the bracket. Put it into the corresponding bracket over here. And then of course do the same to the last one. Now this wire right here, you're probably going to notice that it has this on it. You want to make sure you swap that over and put it into the exact same spot. If you see any of this on any other wires, do the same. Sometimes getting this in here can be a little difficult. Just kind of want to try to run it right up on there. There we go. Pull that down into position. We'll lay this down. Now before we go ahead and lock in any of our brackets, let's continue on with a little bit of dielectric grease. It's a great idea to just use a tiny bit inside of each of these boots. This is going to help keep moisture out of the area and of course make it a lot easier to get these off later on down the line if you had to. And of course do the same on the other side. Now let's get back inside the engine compartment and get ready to start installing this. Now for these wires, we're going to go ahead and pretty much rest them up along this top area here, and we want to make sure that we bring them down in behind this coolant tube right there. So let's go ahead and grab that, bring them right around. Bring the wires up here so I can reach them, I guess. Carefully bring this down. Now this area right here is what's supposed to make that bend, so that's pretty much right where this is going to be. So I'm only going to temporarily set this into its mounting point right along this area here. I'll just hold that for me so I can continue. Now the next thing we want to do is take our spark plug wires and the cylinder one, the shortest one. We're going to go ahead and take this. Essentially we want to come in behind this bracket, but we want this one to come out in between these two ears. So just go ahead and put it right through there. The other two are still going to go behind this bracket, but they are not going to come out in between the ears. They're just going to go right on behind it. Now we'll come right up to this area here. We can start plugging these in. Cylinder one. Cylinder two is in the center. As I'm doing this, I'm trying very hard not to cross my wires. We want to press these down, listen for a click, and then of course we're going to give them all a tug to make sure they're secure along the way. Alright, now we can go ahead and latch this in. Come along this way, we'll do this one as well. Now we can get down here and we're going to connect in our spark plug wires. Just feel around down underneath there. We're going to find our spark plug, carefully put the wire over the top of it, and then slide it right down and listen for a click. Got a little click there. I'm just going to go ahead and give this a little twist. Give it a tug. Make sure it's nice and secure. And then you also want to make sure that this right here is coming across where the bracket's going to be. It's going to be protecting it, so you want to ensure that it's there. Now let's continue on to the second cylinder right here, cylinder 2. That's going to be the next shortest wire. Just going to go ahead and grab onto this. Okay, I found my spark plug. Slide it right on there. Pretty much the same procedure as the first one. Slide it on, give it a twist, make sure it's secure. Generally, you want to make sure that you don't have too much slack from your wires, so if you feel as though you have a lot of wire left over on one side and not so much on the other, you can just go ahead and adjust the wire as needed. Alright, I got my longest wire. Let's go all the way back to cylinder 3, farthest back. Get that on there. Perfect. Give it a nice little wiggle. Make sure it's nice and secure. Once you're sure everything's situated properly, let's go ahead and re-secure this now. We've got our little securing point. We're going to put the one for cylinder 2 down along the bottom hole here. And we'll grab the one for cylinder 3 all the way in the back. Put that along the top. Latch it in. There's that one. Now we can go ahead and put on our bracket cover here. Before you do that though, just ensure that all the wires are completely sitting inside this. That feels good. We'll grab our cover, put the bend right around it, latch it in. Listen for a click, give it a tug, make sure it's secure. Now let's go ahead and grab our 2 bracket bolts here. We'll start them both in. Once they're started, we can snug them up. All the way back here. Let's go ahead and grab onto that alternator. We're going to put it right down into position here. Grab your 3 mounting bolts, inspect them, make sure they're still in good condition. The threading area is super important. Let's go ahead and get this alternator into position. I'm going to try to hold it. Now I can go ahead and take this bracket for my wiring, slide it right over this top bolt. Let's get the top bolts right in here. Now we'll just go ahead and start in all of our mounting bolts. Once they're all started, we can go ahead and snug them up and torque them to manufacturer's specification. Now let's torque all these mounting bolts to 35 foot-pounds. Now we can continue on to putting on our serpentine belt. For this, you want to make sure you pay attention to the specific routing. It needs to go over the ones with the splines that look like this, and then it goes under, or at least the back of the belt, essentially presses up against the flat aspect of the pulleys like that. See if I can get this underneath that. There we are. Now at this point I have it so it's set over all the pulleys, but I want to keep some tension on it just like this, and I'm going to pay attention to make sure that it's sitting on all the pulleys properly. If it looks like the serpentine belt is sitting off like this, that's going to ruin your serpentine belt, so you want to make sure you're sitting properly. Just make sure you're sitting inside all the grooves, and you're not ready to fall off any of the areas that the backing is supposed to be up against. Assuming it looks good, go ahead and release pressure, double check everything just in case. It's always possible you might have missed something. Now we can go ahead and put our air filter in. Let's grab our air inlet here. Now for this, I always take the back side of the box right along here. You can see it has ears. Those need to fit into the areas on the bottom area of the box. So we'll just go ahead and slide it in like that. Bring this right on down into position. Now let's get this area into position as well. Should just slide right over that throttle body. Once you have it on, make sure you tighten your clamp. Now let's move along to this area. I'm going to grab the wiring for the mass airflow sensor. We can go ahead and secure it right in this area. Connect in your mass airflow sensor. Listen for a click, give it a tug, lock it in. Let's move along to this hose. For this, if you wanted to, you can go ahead and grab onto this, give it a little tug, slide it in. You don't necessarily have to most times. Listen for a click, give it a tug. Now let's just double check, make sure the box is in there. We can go ahead and latch it in. This needs to fit right into the little groove on the top cover there. Latch it in, do the same to the other one. All right, now at this point you'd want to move over and do the same to the driver's side. So I just want to mention something up at the coil. The way that these go in order is cylinder 5, cylinder 6, and then the one that's closest to me in the front here is cylinder 4. So they're not necessarily in numerical order. I just want to mention that. Now with that said, let's move down here to these brackets. Go ahead and pop them off. Now once all those are freed up, let's go ahead and start moving our wires. Do cylinder 6 all the way in the back. Grab onto that. Comes right out from the center. All right, so now I'm going to grab the cylinder 6 wire that we determined. This one's essentially the longest one for this set of wires on the driver's side here. Go ahead and get this into position. Down. We'll put it onto that spark plug. Give it a little press. Listen for a click. Give it a tug. Make sure it doesn't fall off of there. Get this over the dipstick. Get this in position. I'm going to leave this off for now so I can continue on to the next wire in a minute. Bring it in. Go ahead and click it right in. All right, once it's latched in, double check it, and then just do the same to all the rest of the wires. All right, we have all our wires on there. Let's continue on to reconnecting our negative battery terminal. Make sure you snug it up. All right, at this point, you're ready to go ahead and start up the car. When you start it up, you want to be paying attention for a misfire. If you feel one, you want to just come out and double check to make sure all your connections were done properly, down at the spark plugs and of course at the coil. Aside from that, assuming everything's good, take it for a road test.